Hello everyone! Welcome to The Worst Album Ever Made, a show where I am on the hunt to try to find out what is the worst album ever made. Today everyone, the powers that be have decided. The Wheel of Wame has spoken. It's now time for us to talk about the People's Choice music. Now, to most people, that name might not really sound very epic and grandiose, but trust me, it is, and it has one of the coolest backstories for an album that I've ever heard. So, with that being said, let's just get into it. What is the People's Choice music? Before we talk about the album itself, first we must talk about the two Russian artists that were born in the 1940s who had a huge part in its creation, Vitaly Komar and Alexander Melamid. Now, this video is not long enough to cover all the badass things these two did together in their 36-year career as a duo, but I will give you some of the quick highlights right now. Some of their accolades include founding the Sots art movement that was a parody of socialist realism that mocked the Soviet Union while they were residing there. They've been arrested by the Soviet Union numerous times for their art, and even had KGB officers destroy their work via bulldozer. They taught elephants to paint. Yes, they did, because they thought it would be better than the art that was appearing at art galleries at the time. What a thing to do. And relevant to this video, they created the People's Choice series, where the duo went to various countries and polled the citizens to see what they liked in art and what they didn't like, so they could create each country's most wanted painting and least wanted painting. For example, here is America's most wanted painting. Well, look at that. It's pretty nice and serene. I think I see George Washington on that. He was a president once. And now here is the least wanted painting. And look at that one. Looks like it was made by a schizophrenic kindergartner who's being chased by a ghost. I kind of like it. The idea in itself is very interesting. Putting a whole bunch of data and just spitting out the results, in a way it's almost like human-made AI art. And it's very interesting. And so interesting, in fact, that the duo decided to move away from one art form to another and see how this would work in the realm of music. Not being as well traversed in the world of music as they are art, the duo decided to bring in a composer by the name of Dave Soldier to take on the challenge of putting all of this data together. In the year of our Lord, 1995, 500 people were surveyed about what they wanted to hear and not hear in their music, with questions based off 4 different categories: instruments, form, function, and singing. And come to think of it, 500 people is not a lot of people really when you think about the effort they're putting into this project. I mean, for perspective, there's currently 8,000 people who follow this channel right now. Imagine how different the results would be if they surveyed all of us.
The most wanted music.
The People's Choice music only has 2 songs in its listing, which is the most wanted song and the most unwanted song. And we're going to talk about the most wanted song first.
Hey Garrett, have you seen my...
Now, I find that the weirdest bits of music should always be enjoyed with a friend, which is exactly why I decided to ask the talents of singer-slash-songwriter Oddly Ginger to join me in today's episode as today's guest listener. So, you know music, you make music, correct?
Yes.
I think you're a good person to determine at least what you like and dislike of a song. So I'm going to ask you this question. What are some of your favorite aspects of a song? If you wanted to hear a song just out of nowhere, what would you want to see from it?
I like to be captured within the first 5 to 10 seconds of a song. If I don't like it within that quick of a period of time, I'm skipping it. But I really enjoy like uniqueness in a song. I'm a sucker for a funky bass line too. I like things that are slightly manufactured, but not like overly manufactured. Like, you know, not a industry plant or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
somebody who clearly doesn't make their own music. Yeah, those are just a couple of things that I really enjoy in music.
Out of the instruments you would want to hear in a song, what instruments would you want to hear specifically?
I love like piano, strings, guitar. I like a little bit of like real drums, but there's something about like samples that I really enjoy too. I don't know. I like uniqueness whenever people use an instrument in a way that it's not really supposed to be used. I think that's always really fun.
So would you prefer to hear the bagpipes in a song?
Oh God, no. No, I think the bagpipe is like my favorite instrument. Yeah, I would not want to hear a bagpipe. Anything that's like way too loud that it, it doesn't need to be that loud, but it is. I can't do that.
Okay, all jokes aside, what's the song like? Well, it's not that bad. It's just the most mid-90s song to ever mid-90s in the history of mid-90s. It is exactly what you think it is. It's an R&B love song featuring a soulful woman vocal and a grisly-sounding male vocal, with, hints of rock just sprinkled throughout the mix.
Maybe she likes reading Wittgenstein. Fancy dinners, drinking good red wine.
It heavily features saxophone, guitar, and drums, and at the end, it finishes off with a powerful synth riff to really get you pumped before the closer. I don't really need to play you any clips of this song. I mean, I already have, but I don't really need to because you probably already have a perfect recreation already in your head. It does exactly what you expect, which makes sense. You know why? Because that's what the people asked for. They wanted to hear exactly what was popular at the time, so they gave a recreation of what's popular at that time. And when you do that, all you're going to get is something that is generic and dated. However, in a way, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's almost like a time capsule of what we thought was popular in the 90s. And it makes me wish we continued this trend to modern day, like every 10 years or so, because it makes you see exactly what people wanted in popular music in a very strange and very intimate way. It's very neat. Just for a sec, imagine if one of these came out in 2015. Imagine the Gundam style influence. You'll have Psy, Taylor Swift, Harlem Shake, what does the Fox say? Epic rap battles of history. It would suck, but I want to hear it. I very much want to hear it.
I mean, honestly, like there's a lot of elements that are in this song that are still pretty popular in music today. Like as far as the production goes, like a lot of songs nowadays in the verse is very like forward, very centered. And then as the chorus comes in, it widens up a lot. And I don't know why that like tickles people's ears, but again, and it seeps into their brain. It just scratches some part of it that people like, the wideness.
It makes me think of like a Pepsi commercial. I don't know what.
Yeah, or like I don't know why. I'm thinking of like the Breakfast Club, like at the very end of the song, it's like the end credit song, you know?
Hey Garrett, have you seen the dead body in the living room?
Moving on to the most unwanted song. The most unwanted song is without a doubt the most famous of the two pieces that were made for this project. It is almost 22 minutes long. It's about 17 minutes longer than the most wanted song. It is an epic that it spans 23 sections. And for your entertainment, we're going to talk about each section right now. The first part of the song, we are welcomed by the sounds of harps being played, as well as a little accordion jingle, before it gets into one of the main motifs of this whole piece, which happen to be cowboys. Yee-haw! As you can hear, it's a very slow, somber cowboy instrumental. It lasts a good bit to get you settled in, actually. It gives you enough time to almost see the embers flicker off the fire on a lonesome night on the trail on the dusty old plains. It lasts a while to really make this next part have a lot more oomph to it. The mood immediately shifts to one of the funniest combinations I have ever heard in music. Now imagine you're Dave Soldier, and you just got word that the people in your survey do not like these three things: cowboy music, hip-hop music, and opera singing. The obvious solution to that problem is have a hip-hop rapping opera singer sing about being a cowboy.
Every time I see the desert, there's something inside says, yo, this is the line.
And that is brilliant. But even more brilliant is the backing track, which is made of tuba, bagpipes, accordion, and a banjo, which sounds like someone replaced their pick with scissors. It is a glorious sound. It is so immediately shocking. And when you hear it for the first time, it's like magic is happening in your ears. It's not a sight of straight up revulsion. It is just, I can't believe this is happening. And number 3, the song just suddenly stops again. It basically does a full hard reset. We have the harp, we have the accordion, we have the somber cowboy music, and it's exactly the same as it was before, but now it introduces our new friend, the opera singer. The opera singer, by the way, is Cirque du Soleil performer Dina Emerson, and you better believe she's still talking about cowboys. That's not going away. I hope you're ready for some cowboy action.
The desert is a calling.
Honestly, I'm not as offended as I thought I was going to be.
Oh, there's still a lot. There's still 18 more minutes. Also, out of nowhere, you get a nice little backup chorus of children. I'm sure we're never going to see them again for the rest of the song. Then number 4 hits, and it is glorious. Suddenly, the song immediately shifts to the sound of a loud, very loud bagpipe chorus accompanied by the sounds of children screaming. It sounds like a riot. It sounds like Lord of the Flies took place in Ireland, and all the kids just tried to fight to the death with cymbals being the only weapon. And just when you think those kids were going to absolutely brutalize each other, that's when you hear the sound of sleigh bells in the distance. What's that, everyone? I think it's Christmas time again!
Hey everybody, it's Christmas time!
Oh God. I hate Christmas music.
That's right, everyone. After that huge bagpipe riot, those kids come together to just put down their differences and sing about the joy of Christmas. Which so happens to be sponsored by Walmart for some reason. Attention everybody, Christmas is over. Clear out the building. Here comes the bagpipe piccolo triangle trio. Oh yeah. That's nice. That's the stuff right there. Sounds like I'm getting a blood transfusion from Snow White's corpse. I love it. The review was going as normal. Everything was fine. And then suddenly, appearing from the doorway, was Garrett's arch nemesis, Viper, the rapper. He walks in and he says, Garrett, this has to stop. This has to stop. Your reign of terror needs to end now. Too many people have bled for this. It's not worth it. Stop making YouTube videos. Please, stop. Stop. Garrett's fish clenched like that Arthur meme. And he said, Viper, you don't know the meaning of the word stop. You don't. If anyone should stop, it's you. Viper, with tears in his eyes, he said, I challenge you. I challenge you to a fight, Garrett. And Garrett says, name the time and place. So we went to the local YMCA and we started duking it out in the parking lot. Fists were flying. People were gathering around telling us to stop. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But we kept fighting and fighting and fighting. Suddenly, crowds of people, millions of people are showing up for the battle of the ages. Fists are flying. Viper throws a Kamehameha blast and it barely hits my head. And I take out my battle axe and he takes out his slingshot and we're just fighting like crazy in the air. Suddenly, we start to fly and levitate in the sky. And that's when the battle raged on for years and eons. And eventually, only one person stood tall. That was Garrett. It was Garrett who did. And then I went home. I got back in my chair and then I continued the video. Well, now that we got that out of our system, why not let's all come together and listen to another children's holiday jingle. Now, we could listen to another Christmas song. Maybe it'd be about Rudolph or Silent Night, but that's been played out before. We've already done that. I got it. Instead of listening to a song about Jesus' birth, why not we listen to a song about his death and resurrection? It's the second coming of the holiday jingle. Let's sing about Easter, everybody. Hit it!
Easter time, chocolate time, at Walmart!
And you better believe it's sponsored by Walmart. Jesus loved Walmart. I think he went and bought all his bread and fish there. Just like after the first Christmas jingle, 25 seconds is now used for 3 specific instruments to get the spotlight. It's going to be the bagpipes again, but now we're going to add their friends tuba and banjo into the mix. And with all their powers combined, what they turn into is the worst talent show entrant at the world's saddest retirement home. It sounds so pathetic. Yikes, after that, I think I need a palate cleanser on the double. Maybe in the form of a opera singer rapping about being a cowboy?
Out on the plains, just me and my mind. Took me a break to eat Frankenstein.
Yes, Dina's back, everybody. Woo! But this time, she's here to educate us. Educate us, everyone. She just feels the need to teach us all about Austrian British philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein, which is very funny. She quotes some of the thoughts he's had, some of the wonderful Ludwig Wittgenstein quotes that I'm sure you listening at home know lots of. All of the greatest hits are here, like Language is a Game that you play with your words. They're all here.
Born in Vienna in 89, he obsessed with theories of language and time like a tractor teeth. When Ludwig would claim the logic of our languages means love to go.
Then after she stops rapping about Ludwig Wittgenstein, the whole song slows down a little bit, and then it's mostly improvised. Dina is just having a fun time, still quoting Ludwig a little bit, mostly talking about the Glockenspiel for some reason, and then she keeps saying the word Yahoo all over the place. Not gonna lie, this is the most annoying part of the entire song for me. But good thing it doesn't last that long, because guess what? It's another holiday, everybody. This time, we're going to celebrate the holiest day of the Jewish faith, Yom Kippur. It's Yom Kippur time, everybody. Yom Kippur!
Yom Kippur, Yom Kippur, self-reflection and atonement. Yom Kippur, do all your shopping at Walmart.
Walmart needs more money. The associate choir is starving. In fact, we need more holidays on the double. No more waiting around. You know what we need to do right now? Let's just combine some holidays. How about Thanksgiving and the 4th of July? Would that satisfy you? Is that what you want? And don't you dare think we are done with Walmart. God's gift to shopping. We need more holidays. Ramadan. That's one. Ramadan. The the Islamic faith will love it.
Ramadan, so much fun. Do all your shopping at Walmart.
More opera, cowboy, rap.
Come right and shoot 'em up cool when they get red in the cat.
Are you sick of it? Are you sick of it yet? I hope not, because we're only halfway there. Halfway there. Where did my chair go? The next part sounds like almost like a nurse with wound sucked orange outtake. It sounds really interesting and really cool. It's very atmospheric, a little droning, a little industrial in a way. And then you got, you know, Dina freaking Emerson going ham in the background.
Miss Kitty. Miss.
Hope you like it. It's not gonna last long, because guess what? Just checked my calendar and I think another year has passed. It's Labor Day, everybody! Labor Day!
Labor Day, all the way. Do all your shopping at Walmart.
Thank you, Walmart. I love you, Walmart. I love you, Walmart. 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 I'm losing my mind in here. It's been hours. Section 17 is just as funny as it is cruel, and it's really, really funny. You made it this far into the song, and the song decides to reward you with a beautiful accordion medley. It sounds like you would be right at home on the bottom of the Eiffel Tower while you're sipping a nice frappuccino. But its purpose is not to soothe you. The purpose is to let your guard down, so you forget that you are currently residing in the musical equivalent of the Twilight Zone. And then as soon as you get used to it, it blasts you with nothing but the loudest horns and noise. This is nice.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But don't get too comfortable, because we can't forget about the best holiday of the year. It's Veterans Day, everybody. It's Veterans Day. It's Veterans Day. It's Veterans Day. It's Veterans Day. What's another holiday? Halloween. Let's celebrate Halloween, everybody. Spooky season. Walmart. I want my stuff back. More opera, cowboy, rap.
Look out there, it's an engine bound.
think would be done right now. You'd think we wouldn't have to listen to Road Dogg Dina Emerson do her best Fresh Prince impression. You'd think that this would have been done 5 minutes ago. But that's the kind of mindset of a Target shopper. And you, my friend, can go to hell. For section number 21, everything resets again. Everything does. You get the harp, you get the accordion, you get a full reset, and then you get a little bit scared because this thing is playing like the Stanley Parable now, and you know very well something is going to be different. And yes, we got the Lunatic Fringe, Dina Emerson coming back, still singing about cowboy stuff, but it's so much slower, and it's very funny. It is very funny. Then for section number 22, everything dies down a little bit. Instead of having anything that's really going to hurt your ears or anything, it just plays some easy listening elevator music. It's basically prepping you for the end, because the end is here. It transitions almost seamlessly into the next part, which again is pretty dang funny. It's a protest. Dave Soldier is a very smart guy, because when he was told that he needed to put political jargon and a protest in his speech, he could have made it about the issues of the day. But one of the things that it would do is it would date it, but also it would probably bum everybody out. No one wants to have a good time and listen to actual protests about abortion or Earth Day or anything like that. So what he did is he just added some political slogans and ideology mixed in with the song. And the whole thing is gibberish. She starts talking about electoral votes. She just throws out the word fascism. She says two-party system. It's all nonsense.
Gain control of the government, executive branch, military branch, foreign affairs, influence policy.
She starts screaming sugar, beef, bananas, lumber, pork bellies, pork barrels, Coca-Cola. It's just absolutely taking the piss, and I am all here for it. And then right before Nina is done, she starts asking 3 very big issues with today. Who enslaved people of color? Who invaded the Caribbeans? And also, who murdered the innocent children? And then she gives that answer. You did. You did it. You killed the children. And that's when the finale finally hits. And it's a sing-along. It's a sing-along, everybody. All your favorites are here. Dina, Nina, the Walmart children, all of our friends are here to celebrate the ending of the most unwanted song. It may be you who killed the children, but it may be us who killed the children. Now let's all sing together in praise of America. America! America! What a song. What a song. It's fantastic. After I listened to this for the first time with Oddly Ginger, I gave this song a standing ovation. I say this with not an ounce of irony, full sincerity. This is one of the best songs I've ever heard. It does not belong on the Board of Shame. I don't even know where that is, so I think no matter what, it probably wasn't going to place. Well, anyway, I guess I'm going to leave it here. I guess I'm going to have to make a trip to my local Walmart to get all my freaking stuff back. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, to the very end. I very much appreciate it. If you want more stuff from me, I have a Patreon. I also have a podcast called I'll Give You an Hour with my friend Trenton, where we're supposed to record some stuff today, but I guess I need to find a new microphone, so cool. Cool. Thank you, everybody, and without further ado, here come the credits.
Last week when I hit you up, it was out of nowhere. Got you at a bad time. Let's meet. Know it's late as hell, but I'd like to go there. Let the tension rise. I hope you waste your time. No stress, get back unwind. Don't make us blur the lines. I hope you waste your time, 'cause I'm wasting all of mine.
Hey, Gary, you notice there's a dead body in your